What's the shadiest thing your family has ever done to you? I want to start this story off by saying, family reunions are effing unbearable. I know you're probably thinking, yeah, Zoe, no effing shut. Except, I can almost guarantee mine are worse than yours. You see, I'm the baby of the family with 3 older siblings. Except in my household, being the youngest has never been cute or endearing. Quite the opposite, actually. It's their excuse to treat me like I'm still in elementary school. It doesn't matter that I'm 32 with a thriving career and independence, because I'm unmarried without kids. So in their eyes, I may as well just be a dumb and useless 5-year-old. But despising my family home is nothing new. Ever since I got my first period, my mom's been sending her friends' sons from the local high school to court me. And when I turned 15, she started trying to marry me off to full-grown men. Looking back, she probably expected me to just be a docile teenage girl who would be down for anything, or anyone. But I always knew what was right or wrong, and I decided a long time ago that I would always stand my ground. So now, every December, when I return here for the sake of family, I'm reminded of the horrible life my mother desperately wanted me to live. But this one Christmas was even worse than usual. I arrived after everyone else had settled in. My eldest brother, Jake, was already there with his wife and their 3 kids, loudly arranging everything as if they owned the place. Then there was Olivia, my sister, with her husband and their toddler. Designer clothing, expensive jewelry, very picture perfect. As usual, I entered quietly, hoping to avoid the inevitable drama. When my mother spotted me, her face transformed into that practiced smile that always made me feel like an unwelcome obligation rather than a daughter. "Zoe, honey," she said, giving me one of those stiff hugs that feels more like a social requirement than affection. "So glad you made it. Is anyone joining you?" I shook my head. She pinched the bridge of her nose and sighed. Before we could continue, my father called from the dining room, his voice carrying that authoritative tone he uses when reminding everyone who's supposedly in charge. "Food's almost ready. Jake, Olivia, get the little one settled, would you?" I stood awkwardly for a moment, unsure what to do with myself. I wanted to speak up, but it was the holidays. I wasn't ready to cause a scene yet. "Zoe, you should probably take a seat at the kids' table. In fact, we've already saved you a special spot there with the little ones." I literally froze in place. Was she serious? I glanced over at the main dining table. There at the head sat my father, looking smugly content, surrounded by my married and therefore superior siblings. No room had been made for me. I felt that familiar ache, the one that surfaces whenever they make it clear I don't measure up in their eyes. This wasn't just some passing comment or sideways glance. This was deliberate exclusion. I forced a smile that didn't reach my eyes. "Sure, Mom. Thanks," I managed, keeping my voice steady. She smiled back, but there was something in her expression that revealed she either didn't notice or didn't care about my feelings. This was all about maintaining appearances, ensuring their holiday looked perfect on the surface. Without another word, I walked over to the kids' table, my heart beating faster with every step. I hadn't expected special treatment, but for just a moment, I'd foolishly hoped they might treat me like the adult I am. That's when everything crystallized. This wasn't just about table assignments. This wasn't about holiday traditions or family togetherness. They weren't even trying to hide it anymore. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. I stood up quietly, the weight of years of this treatment pressing down on me. I didn't need to shout or create a scene. I simply grabbed my coat, slung my purse over my shoulder, and walked directly toward the front door. "Zoe, where are you going?" my mom asked, her tone more irritated than concerned. I didn't turn around. "I'm leaving," I said coldly. "Enjoy your dinner." The door closed firmly behind me. The winter air hit my face like a slap, but in a good way. I drove around aimlessly for what seemed like hours, and eventually pulled into a 24-hour diner where I slid into